back to my YouTube channel. Thank you so much for clicking on my video today and being here and being part of this conversation, and I can't wait to know what you have to say below. So make sure to get your comments in and I will get back to you and also talk amongst yourselves. I hope you're all having a great day. We're gonna go in for our mucker hug first and foremost. I really appreciate you being here, and this video is gonna be intense, so let's go in for our hug. I just got this new shirt. Let me know what you think of it. I kind of like the color. Thank you for being here, and let's talk because this one is crazy. So Trisha did a live stream and is speaking out against the fact that apparently, allegedly, a lot of people were trying to get her arrested. And this was in the wake of her going on the honeymoon world tour. You know the one I'm talking about? The honeymoon world tour. The one where Trisha was like going around the world and getting married. Anyway. So anyway, part of this, that people were trying to get Trisha in trouble. And I am going to be honest, I am struggling to believe it. And I'm seeing a lot of people call Trisha out for this. So we have a video that we're going to watch in a second of Trisha talking about this. It's like 3 minutes. But first I want to give a little bit of context. So Trisha is presenting the case that a lot of people were trying to get her arrested, basically, and her and Moses in trouble with the authorities in Dubai because Trisha does OnlyFans. And so Trisha is saying that people were trying to get them two in trouble with the authorities and whatever that entails because they do OnlyFans. And Trisha is saying that people were providing proof that Trisha and Moses were engaging in these kind of acts that you do on OnlyFans in the country of Dubai, which is something that is very frowned upon. Now, it's important to note that whenever Trisha is saying all of this, it is important to add context that doing things like DRUGS, things like that, in these countries are things that will get you, you know, sent to prison. But people tweeting the police of Dubai that you have previously done OnlyFans work, I don't necessarily think that's something that they would pull up to your hotel and arrest you for, Trisha. So I'm struggling to believe this, and I know a lot of people are. But first and foremost, before we get to the actual video, I was seeing some really good comments under Def Noodle's posts about this. So shout out to these people. I'm just gonna provide you with what they said because I think it was great. So it's important to note that Trisha is basically saying that she's shocked that she has learned everything to do with what Dubai, the country of Dubai, and the people that live there are pro and are against. And Trisha said it was very shocking because she just believes and knows of what the United States of America allowed. She goes on to talk about how grateful she is for freedom of speech in the United States of America and goes down this like weird route with it. But also brings up in the same sentence that Trisha's friend or ex-friend, I don't know their relationship right now, Gigi Gorgeous, was detained in Dubai in like 2014. I remember whenever this happened, it was a really big deal, obviously. Gigi was basically getting in trouble with the police, and it was a complete, like, first of all, Dubai is known, I just want to give context, for, I've said that so much, Dubai is known for their strict rules, strict policies. Being Muslim out there is one of the main religions, and different lifestyle choices are completely different than the rest of the world. I want to say in Trisha's case that it is your responsibility, it is Trisha and Moses' responsibility to be aware of that before they go into a country and not try to complain about people trying to get them in trouble after coming back from it and saying that you weren't well versed in what that country is for and against. I think it is absolutely ridiculous, and I think that whenever you're going anywhere that's not where you're from, that you're aware of what is allowed and what isn't, to not do your research. I think it's incredibly irresponsible. To put out that narrative that you're doing that is incredibly dangerous, because if something was to have happened to Trisha and Moses on that trip, they have the money and they have the community to get them out of it, but people who watch Trisha's videos and go with that same attitude will probably not have that same resource. I think that is incredibly irresponsible. But basically, Gigi Gorgeous, years and years ago, got detained and the police got involved because how Gigi lives her life was very against what the rules are in Dubai. And so Trisha's aware of that at a bare minimum and brings that up in the video, but then in the same video talks about how she wasn't aware of their rules and regulations, and I just think, above anything else, it is incredibly ignorant, and a lot of these comments are really great. So before we get to the video, someone said, Habby Habs said she literally just said she needs to read some tweets. So her excuse for saying that she was almost arrested or almost in trouble was because people were tweeting her that they were going to tell Dubai, as in tell the country, hello, is this Dubai, on the phone, that Trisha does OnlyFans. No officer spoke to her or anything. She read some tweets and decided to make it a fact as if it almost happened. She has been on her phone the whole trip reading tweets and on subreddits. She is anything and saying anything to get attention. It would be best to not even post her or this story. And then someone else, Anna Love, said, remember when Ethan tried to explain to her about Moses' culture and why he can't do PORM? Trisha talks so much crap about their family, but when her life is in danger, she's got to respect the culture. And then Habby responded and said she even admitted that she has videos of him doing PORN with her when she was on the podcast, and Ethan was explaining how Moses could be in very big danger and she couldn't give two fucks. So again, Trisha has been well versed and told about all these different things, whether it's Moses culture or visiting a country like Dubai, and the fact that she's ignoring it until she's face to face with it, I think is incredibly disturbing. Someone said, I'm from the Maldives and we are a 100% Muslim country, but we don't push our beliefs on tourists or foreigners. Even if certain things like alcohol are not allowed for locals, it is available for foreigners. So her statement about being scared that she might get arrested is flat out fake. I think she's just trying to target another religion, being respectful. In the Maldives, we don't have laws like this. They, cannot just go and straight arrest someone without a warning or a warrant. If this statement was true, she would have spoken about this sooner. Illegal shit like doing DRUGS, they'll arrest you for. But anything explicit, no. They hadn't even banned PORN sites, so Trisha stopped lying. So I think all of that, thank you for those people doing great comments, is very important to note for whenever we get into this video, because I think at a bare minimum we're hearing that Trisha did not do her research going to a country that is on the other side of the world from her, that she basically thinks of the entire world as the United States, which is very apparent in this video, and you will hear this very soon because she talks about how the United States is basically so progressive, and I think having that conversation is just so weird and so bizarre, because I don't necessarily think there's any need to visit a country, not do your research, and then come back from the country and shit talk the people and the actual country itself just because you weren't able to do a decent Google search. Like literally a Google search. That's all it would have taken. But no, she couldn't have done that. She didn't do that. She went to the country. She almost got in trouble, which I still don't believe, because it doesn't look like her and Moses left the hotel room once. And she was filming TikToks responding to hate most of her honeymoon. So again, I don't really believe any of that. But it's just like, do your research. And don't promote going to a country that you haven't done your research on. And by doing your research, I just mean knowing what the laws and regulations are there. Stuff like that can put your life in danger if you're not doing your research. That's why you do it. Alright, let's hear what Trisha has to say.
So, when we were there...
I hate that I have this shirt. Does anyone remember when I had my Dump Him shirt? Let me see if I can find a picture of me wearing this shirt. Because it upsets me enormously that we have the same shirt. Now, it's a Britney Spears shirt. Alright, here's a picture of me at the club wearing it. And here we go. It is the Dump Him shirt, so... I unfortunately have this shirt that Trisha Paytas is wearing in this video, but let's get into it.
People were tweeting that, falsely, that I was doing, adult content, and I wasn't while I was there, but...
By the way, my main question I want to ask you, for some reason I had a pot noodle before. Do you have pot noodle anywhere else that's not the UK and Europe? I don't know if I saw them whenever I was in, Austria and stuff like that. Maybe I just wasn't looking well. They are like little instant noodles, and they come with a stir-in, dust packet that is the flavoring. For some reason, I spilt it on my Red Bull before this, and the entire cap is covered in it. I'm scared to open the Red Bull because it's going to turn into beef flavor. So let me know if you have pot noodle. But my main question I want to ask you is, what's your opinion on Trisha saying all this after not doing her research on the country? And do you believe that her life was threatened? Or do you think she just saw one tweet and ran with it? Let me know.
In the past, obviously, or because that is my part of my job here in the States, they were tweeting it there, and because it's a conservative country, it's a Muslim country, it's illegal to do any of that or distribute any of that there, and I wasn't, but people were doing that. So I on the way back, it was the last day when I was seeing tweets from people literally being this person's doing this, and they're just showing stuff that didn't.
There we go. I think we have it. Trisha just said, I was seeing tweets. So Trisha's life wasn't threatened. She just logged onto Twitter and saw a couple hate comments.
There, but they were trying to make it look like it happened there. Mazel tov to you, emotions, wishing you all the best. Thank you, Princess Peach. I appreciate that.
Trisha's ability to snap in between talking seriously and doing this like personality scares me.
Was really scary and could have put us in danger. Like that last day, I was really just like, I need him to go home because if I wasn't gonna be in trouble with the police or get arrested there, like there's other groups over there that like really look down upon non-conservative people.
You do your research on the company or the country before going. Do your research. Your best friend was detained in this same country that you went to for your honeymoon. Your best friend, Gigi Gorgeous. You knew before this. I'm struggling to believe this was actually an issue for Trisha and just something that she can talk about now, you know what I mean?
It really kind of sucked, that part. It kind of made me like nervous and like, you know,
kind of made me nervous.
Maybe I shouldn't have gone to a Muslim country because they are so conservative and they have their obviously beliefs, and I like wouldn't want to disrespect them. But even by just existing and doing what I've done in the past or whatever, or doing currently as my job in the US, like could be disrespectful to them. Didn't do any of that there.
You also didn't do your research.
Nothing. But people were trying to like really, and it's scary that people really go that far to try and like hurt you. Like that could have been like serious, you know, and like we made it out fine. And we like traveled home fine, but it was still really scary. And I think, like I said, like I didn't even put the two and together. That's like where Gigi was detained in Dubai. It's just like, you know, different countries have.
She didn't put the two and two together that her best friend, a really big thing that happened online after this happened to Gigi, uproar support, that her best friend was detained in the country that she visited, but she didn't put two and two together.
Rules, and they're, you know, like that's one thing I love about, can you say hi, Evan? Hi, Evan.
Here we go, but the United States.
That's one thing I really love about the United States. Like, you know, you really do have a lot of freedom. It really kind of sucked, that part. It kind of made me like, don't realize that. Because if you go to a different country, like you're not going to get that same freedom of speech you have here. Shout out to Ben, the lippy liar for me. Ooh.
Ben, stop making Trisha stall. We want to get to it.
Can you please say, I miss you, Cap? I miss you, Cap. Is that like lie? I miss you, Cap. So like, yeah, I really appreciate the US.
As much as I disagree with a lot to do with the laws in Dubai, I don't think it is respectful in the slightest to go out of your way to visit the country and then come back and just like make fun of it. That's so disrespectful to the people who live in Dubai. They didn't want you there, but like, why are you like taking this like road with it now? It's, do you know what I mean? Like, it's so unnecessary to go down this route with it. You chose to go there. You chose to not do your research. I disagree and think that you're aware of it. I don't think Moses didn't know what Dubai's laws are, or how the people of Dubai live their life, or how they look at others who do what Trisha does, or how they looked at Trisha's best friend Gigi. I'm struggling to believe it. Honestly, I'm struggling to believe it.
You know, like other countries are beautiful, but like I said, other countries have their own rules and like you have to abide by them and stuff.
Clearly.
And me just being who I am and doing things I do for a living kind of put it as a sign of disrespect. And yeah, it was definitely scary. And so I probably wouldn't travel back to either of those countries.
But will those countries have you back after you've done this?
For that reason, because you just never know. Because if it's not like even the government there, like it could just be people who are extreme in those groups over there that, you know, may not like you or something. Don't realize that. Because if you go to a different country, like you're not going to get that same freedom of speech you have. But yeah, it was pretty scary. Oh, I was going to say the other thing is like to not share your location. Usually I don't. I usually don't post things until I'm back. But for some reason I was like, you know, I'm so far away. Like who's gonna know? And we had someone staying at our house, watching our house and stuff. So like I was like, oh, I'm just gonna post, but then not realizing people are gonna harass the people where I'm at. Are you touring for Sad Witches Vibe? Yeah.
That's not true, by the way. Trisha has went on many trips to Mexico, and she went on one with Jason where they were posting every day, and you could know the hotel they were at, you could know where they were going every single day. They were building a routine in their vlogs, so if people wanted to, they could have found them. That is not true. I think this is just the first time that Trisha just like didn't do what she was supposed to do, was live posting when she was there, and people were putting two and two together, but apparently Trisha wasn't. So, Mucker, I want to know your opinion on this. I just think it's incredibly weird. And I also don't think their life was threatened. I don't think it was any of this dramatic stuff. Again, you hear Trisha saying, I saw a couple tweets. Is that it? Is that it? Alright, alright. Oi, Mucker, we'll talk about it below. Thank you so much for being here. I really appreciate your time. I hope you're doing well. I value watching this video. And let me know what you have to say below. Thank you, and I'll see you. Bye.